Good morning. Don't act like y'all don't work in a unicorn onesie. Please don't act like y'all don't do this at home. Please. Hey guys, so today we are continuing on. I'm in the middle of working, but I know that I didn't want to get off track, so I'm just coming here. We gonna talk it out real quick and we gonna put up this vlog for you guys. The next question that I wanted to address was, someone asked, what's your practical advice how to market to put fear aside in starting a side business that requires you to put your face out there? Now, the reason why I wanted to discuss this is because, as some of you know, I'm not gonna say as you all know because I'm not known like that, but I have a few different things that I work on, and a lash business is one of them. And because I am sort of a one-woman show, I have to do everything, which inadvertently puts me as the face of my brand because I started marketing my own product myself. A lot of times what tends to happen if you venture into business selling products like that, where you kind of fall into being the face of your brand, what tends to happen is you become solely attached to the sales of that product for a long time until you start getting models, paying for models to, kind of take the ball and run with it. Could be good, could be bad. It depends on how you look at it. If you have a 9-to-5 job, if you have kids, if you have a loved one that you have to take care of, if you have other stuff going on, it's not the best option to be the face of your brand, because if your sales are solely dependent on you advertising with your face, things can get a little hard. It can get a little overwhelming at times, because you don't want to necessarily put yourself at the forefront of your business because of the things that I just mentioned. Life be lifing. And if you are not out there, promoting and being the face of your brand, shooting content with, as yourself, then your sales are going to suffer for it. So I think moving forward, if you are thinking about being the face of your brand for whatever product that you're selling, think about the pros and the cons. There's a lot that goes into it that you would want to, consider before jumping into it. The good thing about it is you're asking this before you start. So I want you to seriously think about the pros and cons of being the face of your brand, because a lot comes with it. Now, as far as putting aside fear for starting a business just in general, listen, like I've said so many times on my YouTube channel, so many times on my podcast, just so many times talking to anybody that would listen, never be afraid to start anything. The fear is coming in because you're thinking of possible failure. That's where the fear is. You don't want to fail if you start this business. And I get it. But in my mind, there shouldn't be any fear for failure, because there is no such thing as failure. Failure to me doesn't exist, because I look at failure as a lesson and an opportunity to grow and get better for the next time that you attempt either the same thing or you attempt something similar. You know what not to do the next time. So any failure is going to be a learning opportunity for how to be better the next time moving forward. Or you know what to tell people that want to attempt the same thing that you just so-called failed at, and you can tell them, well, here's what I went through. Don't do XYZ because that's what I did. And, consequently, I don't do that business anymore because of XYZ. So I think just in life, Don't ever be afraid to just go for it. Put yourself out there. People think about that when it comes to YouTube, even. I think the fear is being judged. The fear is people talking about you, people making jokes about you, people, not accepting you and the content that you're putting out there. It's not for them. If they have negative things to say about you and what you're doing, that ain't your demographic, baby. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself first and foremost, but you're also doing it for the people that fuck with you. You're doing it for the people that want to be in your presence, that want to hear the words that you have to say, that want to see the content that you put out. That's who you're doing it for. So same goes with business. You're doing that for the people that want to purchase your product, for the people that support the things that you're doing, for the people that care about you enough to spread the word about what you're doing and the products that you're selling or the services that you're selling. That's who you're doing it for. So when you think about the fear of failure and you think about, oh shit, I don't want to be the face of the brand, but I know I got to promote. Think about the end game. If life starts lifing, are you going to be okay? Are you seriously going to be okay with being the face of a brand that is new and is just getting its footing out there? If you need to be able to take a break, would you be okay with possibly losing sales because you are the sole kind of marketing behind your brand? Like, it's a lot to consider when being the face of a business that you're starting. Your time is no longer going to be your time. You have to get high quality pictures. You have to engage with your audience. You have to engage with your customers. Unless you have people already in place that's going to do this for you, which I also encourage. It's a lot. It's a lot to consider. And a lot of people don't think about the small stuff like this when they're starting businesses for themselves. And they find themselves extremely overwhelmed and riddled with anxiety in the beginning stages. And even though that is part of it at times, I just want to tell you, you got it. You got this. Like, don't overthink it. Will overthinking happen? Of course. We're human. Like, yeah, that's what we do. We overthink everything. We overanalyze everything. This is no different. You're going to go through your moments where you're going to want everything perfect before you launch. You're going to want everything like to a T when you launch. Get that out your mind. It's not going to happen. Nothing will be perfect your first time out. The faster you accept that fact, the better off you'll be. At times you're going to hate it, at times you're going to appreciate it, but it's never going to be one straight line and smooth. That's just not how life is. So why would you think business is that way? But all in all, embrace it. Don't be scared of that, because that is what's going to help you grow, just not only in business, but just as a person. You're going to learn so much about yourself in this process. Embrace it all. Don't be scared. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's all in you actually taking that first step. And either way, I wish you the absolute best of luck. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I really think it takes a lot of courage to go out and do something and get into the ring with all these, lions, get into the cage with all the lions and whatnot. So congratulations and good luck and kill them. You got this. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions or topics that you want me to cover for the advice for the 20 somethings, let me know and I will talk to you tomorrow.